Welcome back, folks. This is off schedule, so uh, hope you have the notifications on so that you got notified about this. But the last 3 days have basically taught me one thing: it's time to send a message back to the wannabe tyrants in power that we will not be ruled. For over 3 months, we have been told, wear a mask, stay at home. That'll be all you need to do, and we need to flatten the curve when we don't do that for any other virus. Cold and flu season comes and goes, sometimes twice a year. People are told, just take your medicine, you'll be fine. Just stay home and then don't go out until you feel like you're over it. Not one politician talks about flattening the curve for flu season. We didn't hear it for SARS, MERS, swine flu, bird flu, none of it. That has killed countless number of people since they emerged onto the scene. But because COVID-19, which a lot of evidence points to having been either created or directly manipulated to be what it is, a lot of evidence points to it being released deliberately, not accidentally. And because it can be now used to demand political power, it is. Remember, on January 31st, President Trump banned all travel to and from mainland China, save for American citizens returning home. He was called racist, bigoted, xenophobic, until it was proven that that worked to greatly mitigate the infection rate, and then he should have done it sooner. Everyone in the media was harping on China, China, China. Kung flu was used by a good number of them. But when Donald Trump started saying it was a Chinese coronavirus, and when other people who are conservative start saying Kung flu, all of a sudden, that is verboten. You're not allowed to even suggest it. We heard for months, just stay at home, quarantine is to flatten the curve. The curve was flattened. And what happened? We didn't reopen, like they said. No, now it's about it has to be cured. My own state, I'm very proud to be a Texan. Born and raised, 43 years in this state. Not until this last weekend have I ever, about any governor, Ann Richards, Democrat, George W. Bush, Greg Abbott, any of them, I've never once even considered saying I am ashamed of a Texas governor for anything they did. And I'm ashamed of Greg Abbott because Greg Abbott bowed to the liberal political pressure to mandate facial coverings in public. Multiple medical doctors, my own included, many others I've personally spoken to, have told me wearing a mask when you are not sick is dangerous. It concentrates everything you exhale right around the nose and mouth. So you're inhaling it right back in, and you are just greatly increasing your chances of becoming symptomatic with something you were asymptomatic with. If you have just recovered from a cold and you're wearing a mask, you're going to get a cold real quick. Not to mention, it makes it very difficult to breathe because of the CO2 concentration around your mouth. No one ever asks, why is it we say shortness of breath is a symptom of COVID, but as soon as you start wearing a mask everywhere you go, you're short of breath? They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They care about power. Now, I don't know if it was a joke or not, but on Friday, Chad Prather on his Instagram posted Chad Prather for governor of Texas. I honestly hope he truly does run. I will vote for him in a heartbeat. And I've been Greg Abbott's leading cheerleader on many things. But no longer. Many cities, counties, and states in the country criminalize carrying a firearm if you're covering your face. No one says a word about that, because that would point out that mandating facial coverings disarms law-abiding citizens. Notice, no criminals worry about it. Houston, in the vaunted wisdom of her mayor, restricted all gatherings to 10 people or less. Unless it's a protest, then you can have 100. COVID is woke. It won't attack 100 or less protesters, but it will attack 10 people in a church. Do you not see the hypocrisy? Look at restaurants, for crying out loud. You walk into a restaurant, you're mandated, you must have a mask on when you walk up to the register to order if it's somewhere like Rosa's or whatever. But as soon as you sit down, you can take the mask off because you have to eat. Do they honestly not think we see the hypocrisy? The air outside and the air between the door and your table is so dangerous you must wear a mask. But once you sit down at your table, you're safe. The second you remove your mask for any reason, you have completely and totally negated wearing it for any amount of time. And no one cares. Inslee, Swalwell, de Blasio, Cuomo, Pelosi, Abbott. Every time they're on TV, they're not wearing their masks. Pelosi wears hers on her neck. Nadler wore his up on his forehead. None of them are wearing the mask, but they all demand we do it. Inslee is on video wearing a mask, and you can clearly hear him say, "I can't breathe," and then he takes it off. He literally proved that wearing a mask is dangerous and removed it, but he demands you wear one. This is also the same man that, when asked about Chaz or Chop or whatever the idiot place was, after there'd already been one killing, said he'd never heard of it. Governor of a state had never heard of anarchists seizing power in a 6-block radius where at least one person had already died. That level of willful ignorance of current events should have him out of office. But willful ignorance and arrogance is just par for the course. If you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen that yet another business has proven they don't care for my patronization. For the last 3 or so months, my routine has been on Saturday or Sunday to go get groceries for the upcoming week, to run any other errand I need, which a couple of times has been, Home Depot or whatnot. I needed to mount this thing. And then I come home. If I do that on Saturday, then on Sunday I will go pick up something for dinner. A fajita platter, fried chicken, burgers, something. Today it was KFC. I know that typically on Monday I don't like to cook, but I have to right now. So I ordered their $30 fill-up. It's an 8-piece plus 12 strips, 2 mashed potatoes, and in my case I didn't get slaw, I got macaroni. I added a drink on. Rolled up to the window, paid, was handed my drink, which was leaking. Didn't find that out until I got home, and half of it was in the cup holder in my truck. Get into the table, no chicken strips. So I call him. "Oh, sorry about that. If you'll just come back, we'll give them to you." Another half-assed apology when I roll up to the restaurant, and I call them and say, "I just pulled up. I'm the one you forgot the chicken strips for." Half-assed apology. The one before that was Panda Express. I generally order teriyaki chicken, something else with half and half rice and noodles. The last 4 times I have been there, no sauce. Now I understand they've quit putting the sauce in a chafing dish because they're wasting sauce. That was a good idea in my mind. Rather, they've gone to individual packets. I don't care, as long as I get one. And I order online and go through the drive-thru because I'm going on my lunch hour. Or if my mother's in town, as she and my father live next door, I'll give her the order number. And I very clearly, on the last 3, after the one before that was forgotten, I very clearly put, "You forgot teriyaki sauce last time. I want the sauce." 3 times in a row, with that message on the order, no sauce. I reported it to Panda. "We're very sorry to hear about your incident at one of our restaurants. please direct message us with the location and we will provide you with a compensation or something. I did it a couple of times. I got a coupon for 2 free egg rolls. Both times I responded, "Thank you for the egg rolls, which I can't eat. And I'm glad to know you think 2 egg rolls is compensation for a meal I couldn't eat that cost 3 times what those do." This last time, I included last straw. I will never darken the door of a Panda again. I got the same half-assed, "Please contact us with the location so we can let them know of the problem, and we will compensate you for your problems." My response to that was, "You've done that before. It doesn't work. I'm never coming back." Never heard a word. If I had had a customer say that about my photo lab, I would have been bending over backwards to find out what the problem was, solve it, and keep the customer. It costs far more to gain a new customer than it does to keep an existing one. If I had heard that at Domino's or Pizza Hut when I was a delivery driver, I would have been stepping in until the manager got there. "I am so sorry about this. How can we make this right?" Don't jump to, "Here's some breadsticks." "Well, that's great. You just completely ignored me last night when I ordered 4 pizzas and didn't get them." You have to ask the customer how to make it right. If they had done that, I would have said, "Well, I'm on my way in. I'd like my chicken tenders. And please make sure your staff know. Don't leave things out of the order." That's all I would have said. But instead I get half-assed apologies. And that's it. I don't even expect to be given more than I ordered, more than I should. It's nice when they say, "We're very sorry we forgot this. Here's your tenders and here's a side of macaroni." It's going to cost them $2 max. Probably not even that. But no, none of them care. I fired people for less than leaving something out of an order on more than one occasion. I would counsel them, do the verbal, then the written, second written, third written. They get to fourth written, this is a written recording that you're being terminated. Nothing happens anymore. And I'm tired of it. I grew up in a world where business ran by the rule, the customer is always right. Rule number 2, if the customer is wrong, see rule 1. I was trained in every job I held up through and after high school until about the last 15 or so years. You do everything you can to make sure that customer is satisfied and more than satisfied with the service and product they receive. As soon as I got into college, I got back into industries where I was pretty much just a gopher. I was either just delivering pizzas or waiting on tables. For about a year after I graduated with my history degree, I worked as a cashier, bagger, and grocery cart roundup person until I got this job. And now I work in IT. But everywhere I go as a customer, I am treated like dirt. And I'm expected to love it. I'm about to start saving a buttload of money. My health will probably improve. My weight will drop. Because I'm going to start cooking 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. I can guarantee if and when KFC responds on Twitter, my response will be, "You've had your chance. Unless you fire everyone at that store, and when you train the new crew, tell them one incident of a customer being handed an order that's not correct, you're fired. Unless you're willing to do that, I'll never come back." They won't be willing to do it. And I can tell you, I love KFC's food. But I will not patronize a business that treats me like crap. I don't know what else I can say. I've said this on Twitter. I've said it on Facebook. I've said it on YouTube. I have sent comment after comment after comment directly to businesses telling them, "You're treating your customers like dirt. They're going to abandon you." And no one cares. So at this point, I am abandoning any business that does not treat me like a valued customer. I don't expect to have my feet kissed. I don't expect to be handed free crap. I expect to be treated like a valued, respected customer. I can't do anything about the mask right now. Although if the rumors are true that a couple of neighboring counties have applied for exemptions to Führer Abbott's ruling, and if those go through, I'll be doing all my shopping in those counties where I'm not required by a politician with zero medical experience to wear a mask. But until then, it's a once weekly trip to get groceries, and then I'll be at my house 24/7 the rest of the time. I wonder what would happen to these businesses if we all did the same. What would happen if grocery stores started seeing, we're only seeing people 2 days a week. Why is this happening? Well, it's because you're forcing us to take medical advice from idiots. Restaurants see their patronage go down by 80%. Movie theaters are going to die because we've already been told very plainly by the politician morons in power that we're never allowed out of our house without a mask. I'm not going to a movie theater and wearing a mask. It's going to be very interesting to see how the next few months go. And I really hope it doesn't go wrong. But we'll see. As always, make sure like, share, comment, let me know. If you comment, be civil. I know I'm upset here. And I'm saying things about businesses that are not necessarily civil. But unless they respond and tell me that they truly are going to fix the issue, they don't deserve it. We do. Please make sure you subscribe. I am doing the giveaway and you'll want to be a part of it. You want notifications for videos like this that are off schedule. Until next time, try to have a wonderful day.